Are you looking for a space where you will learn to improve your mental strength, emotional health, and heal your insecurities from the inside out? Take the first step to living a more meaningful life with the Better Me with Body by Bree podcast. I'm your host, Bree. I'm a certified personal trainer, entrepreneur, and mother of 3. I've helped empower thousands of women to take action through fitness, nutrition, meditation, personal development, and aligning thoughts with action. This podcast is for those who are ready to feel inspired and motivated to live a more purposeful life. Let's grow together. Let's talk about losing your motivation. This is one of the number one questions I get as a trainer. What to do when you lose motivation. Now, tell me if this sounds familiar. You start a new fitness program and you're so excited. You lay your clothes out the night before, you go grocery shopping, you've meal prepped for the week, you bought your equipment, you have your why written out, and it's hanging on the mirror. You can see it, you're in the zone, nothing can stop you. You do well for the first week and you start feeling really good, and you're so proud of yourself for sticking to your goals. The second week, you feel even better because you gain momentum and you start seeing and feeling results from all of the effort that you're putting in. Week 3 hits and you start making a few excuses for not getting all your workouts in. Then you start realizing that you forgot to meal prep, but you'll do it on Wednesday and it'll be fine. Then you have a birthday party and that throws you off. And then you're so mad at yourself for losing control at the birthday party that you say, screw it, and then you binge the whole weekend. Then you feel like a failure and decide that it's too hard to do this program and you'll start again later. Does that sound familiar to anybody else? There's nothing worse than starting out a program with confidence and being so excited for your results and building trust with yourself, only to lose motivation and feel like you have failed. We've all been there, and I'm here to help. We will have natural ebbs and flows of life. I call them seasons of life. And you will not always be 100%, and that's okay. But if a goal is important to you, I want you to be able to work past your loss of motivation. The first thing I want you to know is that it is normal to lose motivation. So instead of beating yourself up and questioning why this is happening to you, just remember it is part of the process. It's part of learning to push past the excitement and learn discipline. Even if you need to scale your goals a little bit to make it doable and more enjoyable, you can. I just don't want you to beat yourself up or quit the program altogether. Because remember, doing something a little bit every day is better than nothing at all. So I actually have a couple of tips to help you feel motivated again, okay? Now, before I tell you these tips, I want you to also evaluate your season of life and adjust goals accordingly. For example, when I had my baby, I had this brand new baby, and I set this goal that I was going to work out 6 days a week. I was going to meal plan every single day. I was going to hit my macros every single day, only eat whole foods, and then I was going to do an extra hour of cardio at night. That was my plan, to get my body back and feel like myself again. Well, obviously with a brand new baby and 2 other kids, that's not really realistic, right? I'm probably setting myself up for failure at that point. So one thing I do want you to do is just evaluate your season of life and see if your goals are matching up to your season of life. And how much time can you realistically dedicate to your goals? How much time can you really spend working out or meal prepping? Is this achievable and realistic? So that's the first thing, because I don't want you to lose motivation because you already set yourself up for failure at the very beginning, right out of the gate. So tip number 1, remember that losing motivation is normal. And sometimes you have to just do it even if you don't want to. That's discipline. That's how you reach your goals. So I've talked about this before, but when I was competing, man, I had days where I would cry. I didn't want to do my workout. I would just cry. I was exhausted and tired, but I still did it. Like, it wasn't a question in my mind if I was going to do the workout or not. I knew I was going to do it. I didn't give myself a choice. But it was so hard. I didn't want to do it. And the excitement of the prep had definitely worn off, and I was just tired at that point. But I still did it because I had discipline. And that's something that you have to learn. You will not always feel motivated, and that's when you need to be disciplined. Tip number 2, change up your routine. If you're sick of cardio and you don't want to get on the treadmill, then switch up your scenery. Go for a walk or a jog or take a new kickboxing class, because if you're bored, you will not stick with it. You have to do something that you love. And that also goes for eating. Like if your food is just really boring and bland and you're eating the same things over and over, that's not going to help you hit your goals. You're going to give up and you will not be consistent. So make sure you're eating foods that you love as well. Tip number 3 is make it a priority. You cannot expect to hit your workouts every day if you're putting everything else above your workouts. You have to make it an appointment, just like you would an important meeting with your boss or somebody else. You set aside that time every day for your workout and make it a priority, because if it's important to you, you will make it happen. But if you're constantly putting other things above it, you're just going to feel like a failure. It's going to get lower on the totem pole and it's just going to get pushed aside like everything else. Tip number 4 is make a new goal. Maybe you need to take a step back and focus on a strength goal instead of a physical goal. Or maybe you need to focus on hitting just your protein goal instead of all 3 macros, or hitting your calorie goal and your protein goal. You just have to reevaluate what will help you stay positive and what you can do. So hopefully this is helpful. I always get this question. I want to make sure that you are giving yourself grace as well, knowing that this is a normal part of starting a new routine, changing your lifestyle. You will not be perfect. You won't be perfect right out of the gate. I'm going to tell you that. You're going to mess up. You're going to have days where you missed your workout, or you're going to have, times where you eat the donut when it's not in your macros, or whatever the case may be. But how you react to those situations is what's going to make all the difference. If you just get right back on track and you don't focus on the negative and you don't spiral down, just get right back on. Those are the people who are successful. Those are the people who make it a lifestyle change. And those are the people who succeed. So hopefully this helps you guys. These are some tips to help you stay motivated. And remember that you are so much more than your body. You are strong, capable, and loved. I'm Body by Bree, and I'll see you back here next time.